Where are your kids?
No comment.
No comment? They've been missing for 4 months. You have nothing to say? You're over here in Hawaii? Where are your children? Yeah, why don't you just give us a comment? Just tell us where they are. Chad, where are Lori's kids? What happened to Tammy, Chad? Can you tell us what happened to Tammy? Why have you guys been in Hawaii for so long? Listen, just tell people what's happening. There's people around the country praying for your children, praying for you guys. Why don't you give us answers?
That's great.
That's great. That's great that they're praying for you, praying for your kids. What?
That was Lori Vallow Daybell vacationing in Hawaii with her husband, Chad Daybell, during the search for her missing children. And now they're both facing homicide charges. And while Chad is possibly facing the death penalty if he's convicted, Lori's case is on hold due to her being deemed incompetent to stand trial. But that can change. Her competency can be restored. So tonight, we asked you, our 13th juror, will prosecutors seek the death penalty for Lori Daybell if her competency is restored? And we're going to begin tonight with our comment of the day. Of course, this one is from Allison, who says, quote, "Don't think he should have the death penalty because he thinks he will go to a place where he is a god. So let him sit in jail for the next 30 to 40 years, remembering every day what he has done. That would be hell for him, and he deserves a special kind of hell." Allison, thank you so much for that. We've got our think tank still with us tonight. Ian Friedman, let me go to you first, please. Thoughts on Allison's comment, and then also on whether or not Lori's going to have the death penalty pursued if her competency is restored.
Well, I hear Allison, and I'm sure there's many people around the country watching Court TV tonight that may agree with her. I do think I'd have a harder time making that request to the judge. But once she is restored, if she's restored to competency, this is a reality that she may face, and it kind of goes back, Julie, to what we were talking about tonight. What will she do to avoid the death penalty? This is just one of those cases. We're going to have to watch, see it through, see how it develops. I think we're going to see a lot of twists and turns before the end.
Right. I'm with you there. Let's take another comment. This one's from Dariana, who says, quote, "Yes, she should. They were two innocent children whose lives were taken. They should be here. Both of these monsters deserve to rot." Dariana, thank you so much. Brian Watkins, what do you think about Dariana's comment, please?
Well, I think she says they deserve to rot, and I would assume that means rot in prison for the rest of their lives without the possibility of parole, but then she again agrees with the death penalty. You know, clearly they meet the standard of the death penalty. Killing children is something that's death penalty worthy, and most of all, killing your own children is more than death penalty worthy. So I'm, technically not a proponent of the death penalty, but I think that they're both going to get it.
I'm with you there, Brian. Thank you. Next comment comes from Andrea, who I think really makes a great point here. Andrea says, quote, "Now, didn't her ex-husband get murdered, and her brother, her children, and Chad's wife? Question marks. They should both be found equally as guilty. I firmly believe they would have continued to murder as long as they were free." Andrea, I especially appreciate that because we know initially when they were arrested and charged with that tampering with evidence charge, because the bodies were found in Chad's backyard. I always felt like that was kind of just holding them until the homicide charges could be filed to make sure that everybody would be safe. Bernardo, I want to go to you on this one. What do you think about Andrea's comment? I think she makes a really valid point here.
Yeah, definitely. And Julie, just remember that her exact comment is one of the aggravating factors in finding that the death penalty should apply in this case. And that is being that this person is a threat to society and that they will continue to murder again. So that's interesting that Andrea brings that up. But, as Brian said, when you're talking about kids is a soft spot for all of us because you're talking about innocent human beings. So I'll find it far-fetched if a jury does not come back rendering that the death penalty should apply to both of them.
Bernarda, thank you. Next comment tonight comes from Wilma, who says, quote, hopefully the prosecution has evidence to prove that, but I think the defendant will point to the empty chair where Alex Cox would be. This is another really good one, Wilma. And Ian, let me go to you on this one. You know, old Uncle Alex, he's not here to face any charges, but he would be if he were alive. We see that they write in the indictments about how he was one who they allegedly conspired with. He was said to be like the family's hitman. Tell me what you think about this comment, please, from Wilma.
So first off, I think Wilma brings up a great point, but the prosecutor had to think about this, right? Before bringing the ultimate charge, certainly they questioned, can we bring this even in the absence of Alex? So I think that they have thought that, they've already thought through the evidence on it. And then also remember, when you're complicit in a crime, you can be charged and convicted as the primary. So if I say, hey, Charlie, go and shoot Sally, Charlie does, I also can be charged with that murder just the same. So Alex's absence is not the end-all, be-all in this case. If there's evidence to get these two, it's a non-issue.
Ian, thank you. Robin tonight commenting, saying, quote, no, make them die in jail. Death plays perfectly into their plan of their new next life. Make them suffer in a small cage 23 hours a day. Why do people think death is worse than prison, solitary confinement? Death is peace and freedom in their belief system. So that's a really interesting point that Robin made. And because we have just about 30 seconds left, we're going to have to leave it there and not get any more reaction from our think tank, although I would love to, because it's always a pleasure having you three on the show. Bernarda Villalona, Ian Friedman, Brian Watkins, thank you so much for lending us your insight and expertise. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm getting tongue-tied. I have a couple more seconds before the end of the hour, but when we come back, it's going to be Crime Time on Court TV and North Dakota versus Chad Isaak.